It's that time of year for the 2014 first-year player draft, a chance to acquire some new young blood to input into this Seattle Mariners organization. And instead of showing you guys the draft, I'm just going to show you guys me signing the draft picks. Take a look at our first round pick, Dexter Bush. Good first baseman. I took a bit of a risk with him because he wasn't fully scouted, but it turns out he's an A potential, and he has nice contact ratings, and I think he could be a big piece for the future. Not really a need for us at first base, but we can move him around potentially, see what happens. Nonetheless, Danny Holtzen is going to be gone for 3 to 4 weeks, so it's time to call up Carson Smith, and we're going to call up Carson Smith not to start. We're actually going to move Blake Bevan, a former starter who we turned into a setup man, back into the rotation for a couple weeks and move our bullpen around a little bit so everyone kind of gets a new role. But in this game, we're going up against our old friend Taijuan Walker as we travel to Tampa Bay to face the Tampa Bay Rays. Actually, sorry, this is in Seattle, excuse me, and it's Taijuan Walker's first start against his old team. We did trade Taijuan Walker in a package of prospects to the Rays for David Price at the beginning of the year. And we enter this ball game at 31 and 36. The Rays are the exact opposite at 36 and 31. Same kind of story for the Mariners the last couple weeks. We were 5 games under 500 heading into episode 4. We're 5 games under 500 heading into episode 5. So it's pretty much the same story. Kind of been a sputtering, coasting, average type of team. And there's really not much else to report. I mean, players are still kind of doing what they were doing the last episode. Marlon Byrd, still going to be an issue we need to replace at some point. Robinson Cano still struggling. Hopefully he'll kind of get his feet underneath him and perform a little bit better in the second half. Maybe it's him getting used to the new team or something. I'm not really too sure. But nonetheless, here we go. Joe Madden getting his lineup ready for tonight's ball game, or today's ball game, as I believe this was an afternoon game. But take a look at it. Pretty standard lineup, except we do see a couple new faces in there. Alex Gordon in left field and Brian McCann at catcher. So that's a little interesting to see. Obviously, McCann and Gordon, not on the Rays in real life, but have made their way over to Tampa in this franchise. And take a look at the Mariners lineup. Same thing as usual. We got Ackley in there against the righty, and we do have Montero in there at DH with Hart in right field, instead of having Hart at DH and Marlon Byrd in right field. But Hisashi Iwakuma's on the mound today, and he was getting things going early on. The Cy Young candidate from the 2013 season was getting it going as he strikes out Desmond Jennings on the first at-bat of the evening. Nice pitch from Iwakuma, locating that. Good call from the umpire, I would say, but we'll take it. Nonetheless, Evan Longoria would be up third in the inning. He's going to go down on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Once again, great location from Iwakuma. And we'll head into the bottom of the first. 1-0 count to Nick Franklin to start out the game for the Seattle Mariners offense. And a diving stab by the second baseman, fires to first in time. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. A Web Gem nominee right there from the Rays second baseman. Now later in the inning, 2-0 count to Dustin Ackley. Ackley's going to hit this one back up the middle to center field for a base hit. And Ackley will look to get things going here for the Seattle Mariners as we get a 1-out base runner. Next batter is Robinson Cano, and Cano looking to heat up a little bit here. Hits on it to right field, fielded by Myers, who will fire to second. Not in time. Franklin reaches safely. And take a look at the replay. This came oh so close to hitting Dustin Ackley, and if it did, he would have been called out. Check out the show mode camera right here. Very nice angle. Actually, a pretty crappy angle, not going to lie. But nonetheless, Corey Hart would be up next, 3-2 count. After working it back from a 3-0 to a 3-2, Taijuan Walker ends up walking Corey Hart, and that will load the bases for our next batter, Kyle Seager, with just 1 out. A good chance for scoring a run here. He crushes this one to deep left center field. Not too deep. That's going to be caught by Desmond Jennings, but our runners are tagging. Jennings will fire it into the cutoff man. Loney will cut it off. All 3 runners advance. We get a run home, and it's 1-0 Mariners. Mike Zunino up. Zunino's going to hit this one into center field. That will be caught by Desmond Jennings and end the inning. So we get the bases loaded with 1 out and only get 1 run out of it. A little bit disappointing there from the Mariners offense, but we'll take the run. So top 2 here, Matt Joyce is up, 1-2 count, runner on second, strike 3 on the slider. Beautiful pitch from Iwakuma as he had it rolling here early on. Now top 3, Yunel Escobar up, a 1-1 count, and Escobar's first AB of the game, and he's going to hit this one down the left field line for a base hit. Lomo over the field, and he will fire into the second baseman, but it is a 1-out single for the number 9 hitter for the Tampa Bay Rays. So they get a runner on first base. Next batter is Desmond Jennings, and a hitter's count here, 2-0. We're going to have to locate this fastball. We leave it over the plate, and that one is absolutely smacked deep and gone, and that is going to give the Rays a 2-1 lead. Taking advantage of the hitter's count right there, Desmond Jennings was looking fastball, and Iwakuma left one right over the plate. Poor pitch from Iwakuma as he runs into a little bit of trouble here in the third inning, and that's going to make it a 2-1 ball game. Rays do take the lead on the back of Desmond Jennings' 2-run home run. Jennings, the former top prospect who spluttered a little bit, but he's still a very productive player for the Rays since being called up, and he was a big part of their team this year when healthy. So obviously the Rays are looking to build around him as we head towards the 2014 season, but later on in the inning, we got a 1-2 count on Will Myers, and Myers is going to go down swinging. Beautiful slider. Iwakuma still has the strikeout stuff working, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come, as hopefully that's just one bad mistake. 0-1 count here to Matt Joyce in the top of the 4th inning, and Joyce is going to take that pitch opposite field deep, and that will eclipse the wall. It is a solo home run for Matt Joyce, making it a 3-1 ball game. Rays now on top. That actually wasn't a terrible pitch. I tried to locate that one up and away. Probably left that one a little bit more over the plate than we wanted to, but still I wouldn't say that was an overly bad pitch, and certainly not one that should be crushed like that. So just great piece of hitting by Matt Joyce. Got to credit him on that one. Iwakuma really, I wouldn't call that a mistake on Iwakuma's part. So nonetheless, here we go, top 4, still 1-2 count to Ben Zobrist. Iwakuma kicks and deals, and he will get Zobrist to go down looking on that splitter. Nice pitch by Iwakuma, and once again, he was a leading strikeout guy in the AL, not the leading, but he's one of the top AL strikeout guys in the 2012 season, or the 2013 season, looking to continue it in 2014. But Yunel Escobar, this one was a little bit weird because the ball looked like it was going to land foul, but it ends up kind of hooking fair, so to say. I don't know if that made any sense. Not really, but based on the where the ball marker was on the show. But nonetheless, that's going to be a leadoff double, and the Rays look to strike for some more runs. That is going to be a ground ball to first base. Lomo will tag first, fires it home, and that's going to go into the, I don't even know, the camera, I guess. Oh, Justin Smoke. It's my fault. I was kind of playing around a little bit too much here, as you can see. It's going to be, solid play by Smoke. He tags the bag, but kind of made a running throw here to throw home just to make sure the runner would hold at third. And that was not necessary, and that goes out of play. The run comes home. So it's 4-1. Here's still top 5 runner on first. Evan Longoria is up. He goes down looking. Another great pitch from Iwakuma. And Iwakuma is really pitching a good game, I think. He's just had a couple mistakes. Really one bad mistake, an unearned run, and just a pitch and a great piece of hitting by Matt Joyce. And I think that's why that's how the 4 runs have gotten on the board. So I really wouldn't blame Iwakuma for a bad start right now, but he's just Montero looking to get things going for this Mariners offense, as he's going to get a base hit back up the middle as we're into the bottom of the 5th inning, trying to get those runs back and try to tie up this ball game. But Nick Franklin smacks this one to deep left center field. That's going to one hop all the way to the wall. And here comes Jesus Montero. He's rounding third. He's going to head home. A risky play here with just, I think, only no outs. Probably not the smartest idea, but he gets home safely. Next batter is Dustin Ackley, the 1-2 count. Ackley's going to smack this one to deep right center field. This one is back. Jennings is tracing it at the track, and he will not make the play. The run's going to come home and score. Ackley's going to get into second base with a double right there. And now the tying run is on second base. Robinson Cano up next. He's going to ground this one in front of the catcher, who will fire it to the first baseman for the out. And then, oh my goodness, we get caught sleeping right there. James Loney throws behind the runner. That was, again, just stupid play by me. I was trying to mess around a little bit, maybe force a throw and force an error, but it does not work out. Smart play by Loney throwing behind the runner. That kind of got us in that pickle right there. And that would be the second out of the inning. Now, Mike Zunino is up next. He's going to smack this one into the right center field gap for potentially an extra base hit. He's rounding first, heading for 2. He will get there safely on the bat throw from Desmond Jennings. And that's going to give the Mariners a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As you can take a look at the team leaders in doubles, and this just kind of gives you a heads up on who's doing what in terms of extra base hits. But next batter is Justin Smoke. He's going to take that hanging curveball back up the middle for a base hit. Desmond Jennings over the field, but he has a pretty strong arm, so we're going to actually hold slow as molasses Mike Zunino out there on third base. That'll set up first and third with just 1 out, and Joe Madden is out to make a pitching change. He will call from the bullpen Juan Oviedo, formerly Leo Nunez, as he will come into the game and try to face Lomo. Base hit could tie up this ball game, and Lomo takes that one into right field for exactly that. A base hit which drives home Zunino, and it's a 4-4 ball game. The Mariners come all the way back from down 4-1 to tie this ball game up at 4. Next batter is his Montero, 3-1 count, and Montero is going to ground this one to the shortstop onto second for 1 onto first. Double play, a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Nice pitching by Juan Oviedo, as he will only allow 1 inherent runner to come in, and no one runs on himself, and we will head into the last 3 innings of the game. Take a look at the 6th inning recap as usual. 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 error for both teams. Jennings, Ackley have had good days at the plate, both knocking in a couple runs, and Iwakuma, 6 strong innings so far. Like I said, I think he's pitched better than that line might indicate. We leave him out for the top of the 7th. Yunel Escobar, 0-2 count, and he's going to line this one into right center field for a base hit. Bet you that he was going to strike out, didn't you? That was a strikeout pitch right there. Here we go, Dustin Ackley over the field. He'll fire it into the cutoff man, but that's going to be a leadoff double for the Tampa Bay Rays and Yunel Escobar. Next batter is Desmond Jennings, and Jennings on the 0-2 count. He's going to go down swinging. Nice pitch right there from Iwakuma, bringing the heat. and that's going to make a 1 out. Next batter is James Loney. We're still leaving Iwakuma in, even to face the lefty. Loney is pretty effective against lefties, so we decided to keep Iwakuma in. And check this out. Oh, I tried to go back to second, but for some reason Cano was not over covering. That ends up costing us, and I decided I was not going to risk it with Iwakuma. I'll just call for my bullpen, and I'm going to bring in the ground ball specialist, Ronald Belisario. Don't know why that was so hard to say. He is a sinker ball pitcher, could be good at getting a ground ball here for a double play, and he does exactly that. To second for 1, on to first in time, a 4-6-3 double play to escape the jam. Belisario bails out Iwakuma right there, as well as our third baseman, but that's going to end the inning. Alex Torres is going to come in for the Tampa Bay Rays, as the Mariners will look to get something going here into the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 count to the red-hot Nick Franklin, and Franklin crushes it once again. He's had a couple really nice hits today. He's going to hit that one down the left field line for a base hit. He's actually going to round first and head for 2 on this one and get in there safely. Alex Gordon, pretty strong arm out there and left, but he kind of ballooned that one right there, or rainbowed I should say. Franklin Gutierrez pinch hitting will be up next. He's going to crush this one to deep right field. That is back, and that is caught at the track by, I believe that's Ben Zobrist out there. Actually, Zobrist in second base. I don't really know who's out in right field. But that was caught nonetheless. Runner will advance to third base. We got a runner on third with just 1 out. Cano up, chance to really make a good standing with his teammates. He struggled all year, kind of dribbles this one out to the pitcher, and oh, a bad mistake from Nick Franklin. See, I tried to go there, and that was just a mistake as he gets thrown at home. Now we got to run our first and 2 outs. Next batter is Corey Hart, the 1-1 pitch from the left-handed Torres, and Hart's going to ground the 1-2 Loney at first. Will make the stab, touch first for the out, and that will retire the side. So here we go, top of the 8th inning. We still have Belisario in. He's going to get Will Myers to go down swinging on the 0-2 fastball right there. Strike 3 swinging, and now we're going to end up skipping ahead here a little bit as Nate Robertson will come in and face a couple lefties in the Rays lineup. Robertson's been okay so far out of the year. Pretty good in the games that I played with him. 2-1 count to Brian McCann, and he's going to end up getting McCann to ground out to the first baseman right there. He came in to face Alex Gordon and Brian McCann, and that move paid off as he got both batters to get down. Or go down, I should say. So next inning, we're going to see Jake McGee come in to face Kyle Seager. Here comes McGee, first pitch of the at-bat to Kyle Seager, and Seager is going to smack this one into left field for a base hit, and that is going to give the Mariners a leadoff base runner, puts the go-ahead run on base, and a chance to try and knock him in here. Check out the perfect swing from Kyle Seager. This guy really can hit, especially very young. I think he's only 24 years old, maybe. He kind of flew under the radar, but he's one of the better young players in baseball in 2013. Mike Zunino up. Zunino's going to hit that one back up the middle for a base hit. Decided not to bunt there, and the move pays off as we get runners on first and second with no outs, and a great chance to try and take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So next batter is Justin Smoke, first pitch of the AB, and Smoke is all over this one. That's going to go all the way to the wall, into the gap. One run is going to come around and score, and here comes the next run. Could he get in there? He will be out at the plate. Zunino could not come home, and he will end up being thrown out. So we get 1 run, but the second run, that kind of hurts right there not to get that. Could have been a nice insurance run. Joel Peralta will come in now for the Tampa Bay Rays and try to shut the door on this inning and get us to the top of the 9th, which is the 1-run lead. So runner on third, Jesus Montero up, and Montero's going to ground that one to Escobar. Ochoa will fire onto first in time for the out, and we get to the top of the 9th inning. It's a 5-4 game. Mariners on top. Danny Farquhar is in. He has pitched 17 perfect saves so far, and none blown on the year. Beautiful stuff from Danny Farquhar so far. Really like what I've seen out of him. 0-2 count to Wilson Ramos. Strike 3 swinging on that curveball. Wilson Ramos was pinch hitting there for, I believe, a left-hander. I was going to leave Robertson in to face. I can't remember who the left-hander was, but I was going to leave Robertson in to face him. Turns out they pinch hit. Zobrist up next. He goes down swinging on that 2-seamer. And now with 2 outs in the inning, next batter is Yunel Escobar. 2-2 count. Escobar is going to go down swinging once again. So Farquhar strikes out the side, and the Mariners take home the victory, 5-4, improve to 30-36 on the season. And that's pretty much going to do it. So another solid win for the Mariners. Been winning the games we playing, but not winning the games we sim. We got to fix that soon. So anyway, it's going to wrap this video with me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. It doesn't matter. And we have a leadoff extra base hitter right here. So he's Montero up 2-2 count. Montero's going to strike out looking. Beautiful pitch once again by Casimir. And Montero struggling in his first opportunity.